We are tired of creased foreheads in the morning. We are done with our scarves falling off night after night. We're going scarfless. Introducing My Satin Dreams, the 100% satin bedding accessory. The perfect material for frizz control and skin hydration. Total protection, complete comfort, absolute luxury.
Make sure you use the promo code HIPHOPUN. That's HIPHOPUN to get free shipping. It's a limited time offer, so make sure you act now. The link is located at the top line of the description box. Don't wait, do it now.
What's that have to do with it? Like,
yeah.
you know,
Right.
y'all didn't say this to Michael Jordan when he was in high school. You didn't say this when he was in college, when he became a pro, and then all these white folks started paying attention to him. Oh, that's ours. Did the same thing with Tiger Woods, right? No one was caring about Tiger until they realized he was black and he was in the Masters. No one was giving the love to the people who came before him. They got caught up in the ESPN, Nike propaganda, and everybody was like, he's ours. He should be doing this. And it's a trip when they do that. And when I hear so-called leaders, preachers, and start pointing to athletes and saying, you should do this for the people should be doing it. You shouldn't come at them just because of that. That's my feeling. I do things because I wanted to, not because they felt I had to.
Now, to the Dr. Umar, I heard you talking about him, and he's been in the news recently, obviously on the Breakfast Club. One question I want to ask you before I go in, did you donate to a school by any chance?
No.
Okay. Because he's been under a lot of criticism lately from a lot of different people. I don't know if you've seen Lord Jamar show, but he was on there and he asked him about the school he's supposed to be building. It's been like almost 10 years and he hasn't been accountable to the people. And he's one of the people that call out the celebrities and different leaders, you know, for not donating to a school. So I want to know, like, you know, if you particularly donated to his cause at all.
All right. So one thing, I believe in Dr. Umar Johnson. Let me start there. I think he says a lot of wonderful things. Mm-hmm. But my wife is the daughter of a mixed marriage. Mm-hmm. My mother-in-law and my father-in-law were the first black and white couple legally married in the state of Michigan in 1964. So, and then my wife went on to Tuskegee, played JKA, and then married Omega Man. That's dark as, and she said, I wanted you as dark as you could possibly be, so my babies have some color. So I don't totally say I understand where he's going, right, but I would have to negate my mother-in-law, and I don't want to do that. So that's that part. Second, but I understand what he means. I understand. Now, he's been waiting 10 years. Do you know how long it took us to get into Martin Luther? Like, who was it? Stevie Wonder, man. It took years to get the Martin Luther King presentation presented in DC.
Okay.
And you know, it took, oh, y'all have to raise this kind of money, that kind of money. But I know for all the other monuments, there was never a question. So you also have to realize we're in this country and he can have those broad ideas. And when you put up great ideas like Dr. Umar on having a school for young men to change our psyche, you got to realize how many people don't want that to happen. There's a lot of people who don't want us to figure out our God need list. A lot of people, and it's a reason, right? It will destroy and it would change the way the privileges that go on in this country are. I think America is waking up. I think it's an amazing thing that they're starting to realize. And I think the biggest thing, Chris Rock said it best. He said, white folks are just less crazy. And the guy said, what do you mean? He goes, well, you know, somebody said my grandfather couldn't eat in a cafe. That's crazy. I can't eat next to you. That's crazy. And then some white folks said, you know, that's crazy. We should change that. Because black people were the same great people we always been. It's just that they have to get more and more white folks or people in power had to be more and more comfortable with the fact that we were human and not animals. And so that was in the 60s and the 70s, like in the 80s, was it? But like now in the 2000s, y'all young, 2016 or 2000, and I would say from 2016, when Donald Trump got in, I think a lot more people started paying attention to what was going on. And Donald Trump may have done some really cool things and really pissed off the liberals and the Democrats and the whole joint. But I'm like with Malcolm. You know, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I mean, I had to have an amendment just for you guys to say I was a human, and then another amendment to say that I can be a part of America. So obviously, to most, I'm not even American. So I don't take any sides with their situation. And somebody thinks, well, you're going to have to take one. I don't have to take a side. That's the best thing about being American. I have free choice. So I take this side, and I'm going to stay on this side. I know it seems like I went to, but I'm going to stay on this side, and this is why. I just think a lot of cats are running into believing the wrong thing, following the wrong people. Dr. Umar, they want to talk about his money and talk. That's the first thing they do too. You ever realize that when there's black folks involved, they talk about where the money go. They talk about sexuality. Nothing about what's really the deal, right? Like nothing. No one, like Black Lives Matter could have financed Dr. Umar Johnson with a stroke of a pen. They didn't.
You ever hear Q Butter?
Q Butter.
Brother named Q Butter.
Probably.
He's a brother out of I think Brooklyn. Yeah, he's out of Brooklyn. He owns the Ziax Institute in Brooklyn, where he does online schooling for young black children. He services, if I'm not mistaken, 21 out of the 50 states in America. He's doing some very great things out of Brownsville, Brooklyn. And just to leave it ended on a positive note, I just wanted to shout that brother out.
Definitely.
Yeah, I got to get with you, Q Butter.
Doing the goddamn thing out there in Brownsville, man. He's doing this thing. Yeah. Ziax Institute, the ZiaxInstitute.org. I'm gonna plug him right now. Check that out. You're gonna see some great things over there. But kind of the transition, man.
Yeah.
Talk about your NBA career a little bit. You graduated from Georgia Tech, if I'm not mistaken, back in '86. I was 3 years old. 3 years old. So my mom was like,
you're not mine.
When I told you I watched you my whole life, I watched you my whole goddamn life. Coming into the Pistons, man, I was basketball different then than what it is right now.
Well, it was more men play when I came in the NBA. It was more men. There was no young boys in the NBA. Even though you got drafted, man, it was a trip. Like it was almost like baseball and football. You had to wait your turn to play. You had to hope one of those old cats got injured, and that was the only way to play. That was a trip. I tell people, the NBA, what do they draft? 50 people a year. There's only 50 jobs available out of 400. And you got guys from other countries. You got guys who have left America, gone, trained, gotten better. You got guys in the G League. You got guys in the gym. And then when the summer comes around, you got about 1 million dudes wanting 50 jobs. So it's always been tough. But the way they train is different. Back in the day, big men ruled inside the lane. If you came in there, you were allowed to get hit. Can't do that now. Each player is a Fortune 500 company. It's back to being more and more finesse. That long ball shot that a lot of them are shooting.
Yeah.
Which, if you were to think about it, is a low percentage shot.
Definitely.
If you take a number, if you have guys who, like in baseball, who can hit the baseball 3 out of 10 times, that's a good percentage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the analytics have changed. Refereeing is different. And there's cameras everywhere.